Okay. Yeah, I was just saying, couldn't you sort of, when you're thinking about something like temperature, couldn't you sort of just say, okay, this particle interacts with this particle, and just sort of form this cause and effect model?
Yeah, but you have to have more than one particle, right? Like one particle does not have a temperature, but then you get many particles, you can get something called the temperature. Same thing they say with the taste of salt, right? So, sodium chloride, it's just made of sodium atoms, and the molecule is made of sodium atoms and chlorine atoms, and together they form what's called common salt. And so to us it has a salty taste, but sodium by itself and chlorine by itself does not have any salty taste whatsoever, right? So in that sense, it's kind of an emerging property. The saltiness is an emerging property of these two atoms.
I guess what maybe
it's a very basic model, but when you're talking about consciousness, of course, that's way more complicated and way more radical. But it's just, these examples of the salt or the liquidity or temperature, or the other typical examples are like the ant hill. 100 ants cannot form an colony, but that at a certain quantity of ants actually form a colony that can survive on its own. The 100 ants themselves are going to die. After a while, they're just not going to be able to survive as a group of 100 ants. But you reach a level of number of ants, and they will actually start forming, an actual colony with an ant hill.
Is part of what you mean by emergent that what has emerged is in some sense not physical?
Well, it can be physical, but yeah, in some sense, most of the time, most of the time, that's correct. It cannot no longer be reduced to the physical quantity. So it goes beyond the physical.
So that's
here's where people get confused. So they think because it's beyond the physical, it's like completely separate from the physical. And that, John Vervaeke keeps pointing this out, and I can't remember if he uses for his terminology, but the concept is you have this emergent property which is no longer physical, but if you remove the physical, the emergent property will disappear.
Oh, sure. Yep. Yeah.
Right. So you still need that substrate for it to be there. So it doesn't become like some kind of supernatural thing that can stand on its own.
Mm-hmm.
The physical substrate to exist.
I guess
that's because that's the thing with people who say, well, you can't reduce consciousness to the physical, which I agree, and so therefore there must be like a supernatural soul or whatever you want to call it, a spirit or something that's extra physical and can survive outside of the physical realm. And my point is no. It is extra physical because it emerges out of the interaction of physical particles. But if you remove the particles, then it'll go away.
It sounds sort of like Vervaeke saying if you remove the physical, you get rid of the emergent thing. It's similar to the traditional view where the physical is dependent on the supernatural, so that once you remove the supernatural, you can have the physical. So the two are sort of interwoven in this way, where you sort of can have the physical world without God, because it's the traditional view is that God is always sustaining the world and being. But the other question I had is, this is a weird, but what is the emergent property? What is?
Okay, stand by.